ready to do this? Yeah, we're ready to do this. Hello! Welcome to Friday afternoon. Welcome to your weekend. If you are in the United States, welcome to your probably long weekend, maybe long weekend. The holiday 4th of July is on a Tuesday. I have a feeling traffic to work will be pretty light on Monday. I think we got a lot of 4-day weekends going on. Up to it, including this guy. I ain't gonna be here Monday. So that's kind of nice. So if that's you, hope you enjoy it. We do have a 20% heroic and epic XP boost that I assure you has nothing to do with me saying, come on, I want more time to get XP. Let's do it all weekend long. So there we go. Yeah. So that'll be pretty cool. And that's running through the weekend. So hopefully you can get those TRs done and RRs done and whatever else you're dunning in time for Update 36. We're going to have our Update 36 live stream preview right here next Wednesday starting at noon Eastern. It looks like it'll probably be Sev and Torque, Steel Star, and me. We're going to go over the Update 36 quest bee. Spoiler lightish, mediumish. Talk about some of the systems changes. Steel Star will be in to talk about loot. We can talk about nerfs. Answer your questions, that sort of thing. So next Wednesday, July 5th, noon Eastern on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. We find a good quest that we have not yet done. You know, we did the missing... So why don't we just go all the way through to In the Flesh? We should be able to do that. In an hour.
Too easy. We're too high level.
Your help would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, in an hour we'll have to crank it out.
On Elite?
I got you some goodies.
I'm just brand new 16, so...
You should do it R1 for the 120% XP bump instead of 80% for Elite.
You guys want to? We could do it. Give it a shot anyway. But we don't have much healing, that's the only kind of real thing. Let's do Elite.
I've got 142 heal scrolls.
Actually, hang on, recall out. I'm gonna have to reset this. I'll get Revan Kissed a guest pass. Will it be on a private server? I think so. It'll probably be on our internal QA server called Flamekeep.
So you guys are skipping the second one?
I just went to the one that I was closest to. That's fine. There we go. Alright, cool. If you ever do want to use a guest pass, you can just target. There you go. Cool, there you go.
got you two really nice goodies if you want them.
Let me see. Maybe. Still say you do some challenges. That's a good point. I'll do some challenges in an upcoming stream. Probably not Wednesday, just because we're doing a preview. Maybe I'll set it aside for after that. Goat skin? Yeah, I'll take that. Reaper bonus? That's nice. Pale green, really? Nice. Nice. I will take that. I'm actually going to have to spend a little bit of time re-gearing here in just a second. So, yeah, Thimble, good question as well, or not question, but a comment. We do have, as of yesterday, our summer sales bonus going on. We're doing a play on words, S-A-I-L-S, for summer sales. Yeah, I know. But, we've got some pretty cool bonuses going on throughout the week here. Throughout the month, really, every new week. I think 75% off. Why is it really quiet for you guys too?
He must not be allowed to escape and create more
There we go.
Glistening Zorian cocoons line the floors, walls, and ceiling.
So I think we got some pretty good sales coming up, but if you don't have Druid, this might be the weekend for you. Consider it. Because I don't think you can get too much higher than more than 75% off. That is pretty good.
There must be more cocoons to create the number of take-ins that have been reported in the city.
Maybe we should do. R1. Are repeating crossbows getting nerfed? No, I don't think so. I guess I'll leave that personal interpretation up to you, but I don't think we're nerfing them. We are fixing a couple of bugs that needed to be fixed, but no, I don't think so.
The familiar stench of the Stormreach sewers staggers you for a moment. Fresh boot print. These rusted pipes are too narrow for you to squeeze past. Given their apparent fragility, raised drawbridges at opposite sides of the room stand at attention, just waiting for the proper levers to be thrown.
Oh, wrong one. Oh, okay. There we go.
Open.
But yeah, I'll put on the to-do list to do challenges. I have done them in the past. I know I've at least done some of the Evening Star ones. And I remember doing Kobold Island once or twice too, but I don't know that I've done... No, because I've also done the door one. I knew that too.
Although you see stagnant water at the bottom of this pipe, there is no ladder down. It would appear you are going swimming.
Yeah, Titan, I'll pass along the good word to the cookie. We had a fun dev chat this week. I couldn't make it. I'm busy at nights at the moment, but... But yeah, I think it went pretty well. We had some pretty good feedback from Lamania. And overall, it sounds like we're on a pretty good path here for Update 36. A lot of real positive comments on the new quest chain in particular. The release notes are looking pretty nice too. A lot of good fixes in there. Artie is in the next tweak? Yes. Artificer will be in update 36. The battle engineer in particular. We do have. I don't think we're done, you know, with Artificer, because at the very least we have to do a little work on the Arty dogs and give him a third tree and things like that. But
Strange moans emanate from behind this locked door. It doesn't sound like the Taken, but it does sound quite...
was there one dev in particular responsible for authoring all of the update 36 quests? No. Each content dev did one, who were assigned to it. We also had some people working on Ravenloft. So Torque did the capstone, I'm pretty sure. Kintani did the one with the light puzzle. Steel Star, I think, did one of them.
Now, we're not going to get all through all 4 of them if you guys keep doing side stuff.
Nah, we should be okay. Doesn't take that long, does it?
This deceased acrobat shows signs of multiple stab wounds to the back.
Besides, honestly, we're powerful enough at this point, we could just sort of split up. I say as I die, I'm sure. So yeah, that's often the case, where each dev will take a quest in particular. Someone will be assigned to the capstone or raid or whatever it is. And duties just sort of get split up like that. Every now and then, you know, depending on the time. Like I know for Ravenloft, we're going to have people doing different, you know, more than one. Just because of time and what have you, but... for a pack like that where we have a 5-pack, 4-pack, whatever, that's the case. I would say they're also, like I said, they are hard at work on Ravenloft right now. We are full steam ahead working on it. They actually had one of their very first Ravenloft playdays this week. Playday is basically when the devs just stop working on the quests and then sort of hit the pause button and all group up traditionally and just run this stuff, just to kind of get feedback and see, you know, what's going where.
When you guys are make some new stuff.
What was that?
Speaking of mysterious remnants, I've got thousands and thousands in the bank. When are you guys going to make some new stuff?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, it's really just a matter of we make items and then figure out where they best fit. We have a pretty heavy list of items to do for Ravenloft here, so I'm gonna guess not before Ravenloft, but, you know.
Sure.
But really, you've got all the tomes and everything? All those PRMRR things? Yeah.
Yeah, back from the haunted halls of Evening Star farms, where you go in the zombie hall and just...
Oh, okay. Well, fine. If you cheat your way to the victory, then no wonder you got so many. There you go.
Nah, actually, not the Juju zombies, but the never-ending spawning zombie hall.
There's no way back up.
But I just end up giving mine away at this point because...
Oh, there you go.
The psychic projection of a mind flayer stands over.
Making someone happy. That's
but
what you're doing.
It's not an unnatural... It's not an uncommon occurrence, because I try to pass them in pugs all the time, and people are like, oh, no, man, I've got thousands of those. Because... I think there's just, you know, only so many things to buy, and then you just I mean,
Yeah.
like every Reaper quest, they drop like crazy, so you're getting hundreds and hundreds of runs. So.
Yeah, that's true. Especially with Reaper, the amount of acquisition of mysterious remnants is way up. But I think there's a real split in the community, though, because for as many people that are in your position, we have an equally large group saying, "Oh my God, another thing where you're asking 10,000? I'm never getting this." You know, I've spent years trying to get the one
make
hat.
Make them unbound.
So, yeah.
But you can't sell them on the auction house. You can just give them away, and then I'll just give them away too.
No, I think the answer is just make more stuff. It's just a matter of getting time for it.
And the Mind Flayer mastermind who commanded them both has been revealed.
Here's a D-door. Make sure everybody talks to the chain giver so they can get the last one.
Indeed. Okay, there we go. Alright, we are doing Reaper 1. Okay.
A man upon the upper walkway begins ranting at the workers below. Who let these people
So if we all die, it's your fault, Jeffrey.
Get rid of them now!
I accept that. I find that Reaper 1 is elite with Reapers.
Yeah. For the most part, I'd say it's elite times like 2. Because you still do have a lot of kind of buffs and things like that that happen, and you know, some pretty significant inflation of mob hit points. Yeah, here we go. Someone in chat, the most I have on one character is 1210.
That's why you bring a crowd control and a barbarian and you just watch them mow through it.
Steven, when Windows is launched, is a
Collectible.
patched boot option. Could that give problems while playing DDO? Patched boot option. If you don't have an official version of Windows, I'd think the issue would not so much be...
If we all die in here, there's a problem. There's
DDO.
a red shrine right there.
That's true. That's true. This is actually a good one for Reaper, isn't it? And the issue would probably be Windows, not DDO. I'm gonna guess. But theoretically, I know if your computer is in the middle of, hey, you really got to reboot for this Windows update, sometimes that'll cause like some stutter step lag and things like that in DDO. So it's always worth, you know, if you're having some issues, just give the computer a reboot, see if that solves your problem. It might.
Carnage Reaper, watch out. Remnant. Another remnant up top. That's 2 this quest.
There we go. Well, I'm sorry, I don't entirely understand your question, Steven, in terms of what you mean by when Windows is launched as a patched boot option. Especially because you're saying you can give you a VAC ban on other games when playing on Steam with this. I mean, if you're playing with some kind of like auto hotkey or something, it could. I guess I don't really understand your question. I'm sorry.
Plenty more taken to kill you with, and this time they'll have friends.
I mean, you wouldn't get banned from DDO for having a bootleg version of Windows. You might get in trouble from Microsoft, but that's nothing we have any control over. They said it would take a lot of resources to fix the Artie Druid dog, so I figure that change will come with a new class that uses pets. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I think it's just mostly a matter of it's going to take a bunch of time, so we need to have the time to do it. And when given a choice between other work on Artificer and working on the dogs, we opted to do the one first. But I don't think that that means that we would necessarily have to wait for a new class to do the Druid and Artie dog fix. I do think it would probably be done together. So when we work on perhaps the Druid pass would be a good time to both address Druids and work on Artificer dogs. Or perhaps they would be their own separate thing, and that might be the correct answer to that too. But I think it's really just going to kind of have to come down to available time and resources, like just about everything.
Remnant.
You lot, just die already.
Ah, Warcane 1. Question that's of my own heart. I am thinking about going to Gen Con to meet for the gathering for buffs. Where is going to take place? This could change, depending on what happens, but 99% chance it'll take place at the Omni Severin Hotel Bar, and it will be on that Friday. That's historically, I mean, pretty much for years now, that's been where and when we have it. The exact when tends to be when the exhibit hall closes and people make their way over there. So it's more of a soft start time than a hard start time, but generally around 7-ish, 7-ish is when it starts, and it goes pretty long. Now, I haven't been for a few years, so I don't quite know how the last couple went. I heard they were a little on the quiet side, just because a lot of people couldn't make it to those Gen Cons. But I have a feeling this year is going to be pretty big, and at the very least, I'm going to be there, and I am going to have some swag with me. So that'll be a good opportunity. So if you're in the area, even if you're not going to Gen Con itself, you can swing by the bar there. And if you are underage, or like you're with the family and just can't make it into a bar, although it's a hotel bar, so you probably could. I mean, it's not a huge drunk fest, it's hangout time. But just let me know. I'd be happy to actually meet up with your youngins and all that sort of thing as well, and get them some swag and stuff, so just reach out to me individually for that. But yep, so that Friday, generally, like I said, 7:30-ish, kind of depends on traffic and all that. Generally, the exhibit hall closes, I believe, at usually 6 on that Friday, and then it's just kind of a mad rush of people waiting in long lines and getting out and all that sort of thing, grabbing lunch, filling up all the restaurants, doing that. So it's kind of a madhouse. So rather than sort of meet up and try to coordinate that and group up together, we've just found it easier to sort of get there when you get there, and just sort of all gather at the Severin itself. Ah, cool. From Michigan? Yeah, it's definitely a doable trip, for sure.
Elite's fine. I know you're scared.
Well, I would say Reaper 1 would be fine, except I'm not sure about that end fight, right? It's always the end fight that's going to kick your butt in the flesh. But we did the other one just fine. Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
R3. You are the powerful mock duck, slayer of evil.
Yeah, with my level 3 gear, I'm doing great. No, I'm lying. It's level 5
see a pale
gear.
ironstone flying across your head. Here's a sword.
No, I'm doing fine on my sword. It's a Vorpal. It's doing just fine.
Okay.
Any chance of improving Epic Reaper XP in U36? I'm trying to think. Isn't that in for update 36? If not, then the answer is yeah, we are planning to do a slight rebalancing of Reaper XP to help out people on high epic levels. So it's going to kind of offer a little more. I could have sworn that was in for U36, but if it's not in the notes on
Someone be so kind as to bash this
Lamania.
door down for me. Ah, thank you.
Yep, we're on Caneth. Today, next week will be our preview, so it'll be on an internal development server, and then, so for the 5th, the 12th, or whatever it is, 11th, 12th, whatever day that is, that'll be back on Caneth for week 2 of 2. You know, I should get on my death block, even though it gave me that pale. I need death block for this, because these are their accounts.
Say when you're visible.
That is pretty nice. They're Titan getting a min-level 1 Vorpal. Drow in the new quest. CR 53 to 57 and have a spell resistance of 91 plus. That is high. I mean, they are Drow. So Drow, by their nature, should have among the highest spell resistance in the game. Particularly, I would imagine, on Elite or Reaper of Legendary. But it depends. I mean, if you're experiencing that on normal or hard, that's too much. But if you're into the Reaper difficulties, that's a perfectly acceptable range to be. For Drow. Hey, Mr. Hilly, nice to see you here. Gen Con, I mean state, city, date. Oh, it's in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and it takes place this year, August 17th through the 20th. We are not going to have an official presence there, I should know, in case you don't know. We will not be having a booth at Gen Con or anything. But we have an informal gathering that's been going on since 2006, 2007. Occasionally has been a formal gathering, but is usually an informal gathering at DDO players on Friday night. And we call it the Friday Night Gathering for Buffs. And it takes place, like I said, usually at the Omni Severin Hotel Bar. There have been a few years where we did it official with, I guess at the time, Warner Brothers Turbine support. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. But I think we might actually call a little bit about it. And it just takes place at the convention center downtown, which is now part of the RCA Dome or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is now, whatever it's called. Indiana Convention Center. Is Gen Con. Now I'm just going to Gen Con for funsies on my own. Paying my own ticket there. Because I love Gen Con. This will be my first opportunity to go in quite a few years as well. I haven't been gone for 3-4 years, something like that. It's been an awful long time, just because of... Yeah, I guess actually, geez, 5 years now. Because of my son. A lot of the times Gen Con has not worked out schedule-wise with having my youngin' with me. And he's not quite old enough, although he's getting there, to go to Gen Con on his own. Or with me, I should say. But this year, being August 17th to 20th, it was like, yes, I can go. And I can go. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. Already, looks like it might even be a sellout. They were saying, the Gen Con organizers were saying that they may actually run out of badges this year. Which would be, as far as I'm aware, a first for Gen Con. And yeah, if you do make it and you can get in, True Dungeon's the way to go. I will warn you though, at this point that schedule is one of the nice things about Gen Con, which is both a nice and a not nice thing, depending on your perspective. I tend to like it, but unlike, say, Penny Arcade Expo and that, they have a sign-up for seminar system. So you actually sign up for your events ahead of time. That means that you don't have to deal with the kind of pack scenario where you're waiting in line for 3-4 hours to try to get into a seminar or what have you, and if you don't make it, then you're out of luck, and, you know, etc., etc. Gen Con tends to be very... I like it, personally. It allows you to just sort of do what you know, what you want to go to, sign up. When it's full, it's full. Hey, sorry. You can get what are called generic tickets that'll allow you to, if there's space available, go and attend an event. And that's nice. But when you're looking at things like True Dungeon, what that means is rather than waiting in lines and all that, you can just go and register ahead of time. But that also means that all the available slots can and will get filled up. Overall, though, I prefer it to long lines. I like the event system very, very much. Personal preference, but I don't know how old he needs to be to go to Gen Con, but at the moment he's 5, so if I went to Gen Con, I wouldn't really get to enjoy it much myself. I'd have fun with him, but I wouldn't really get to do the kinds of things I want to do, just because I'd be mostly taking along a 5-year-old. So I think in a couple of years he'll be coming with me. Did we ever think about doing Reaper XP per account, not per character? It would help dying alts. I don't know that that was ever part of the design for Reaper. I think it's always been, at least as far as I'm aware, I don't recall ever experiencing a time where Reaper XP was maybe going to be account bound. It's always been a per character thing. Yeah, I am with you there, Donna. As I age a little bit, my willingness to sit in a line for 2 hours is that. So I'm just like, I ain't doing it. I'll find something else to do. So I like it at Gen Con. Like, I've got I'm going to a bunch of the kind of movie scripting things because that's of interest to me. I do a lot of miniature seminars, so I do that. I'm going to be doing the author thing, Mercedes Lackey has got a speech or a presentation that I'm going to be going to. Same with Patrick Rothfuss. I'm going to go see him. Get a book signed by Mercedes Lackey, I think. Going to the They Might Be Giants concert. That, whatever night that is, Thursday night. So, bunch of other events too. I can't even think of everything I'm going to. A lot of books, a lot of that. A little bit less on the gaming front this time around, just because, frankly, the gaming, like the D&D pen and paper seminars, is like, They were just filled up before I could even get to them. So that kind of sucked. But, whatever. I can do that any day. I may actually run my own unofficial pen and paper meetup at Gen Con. If I can get enough DDO players together, I'm actually just going to do it on my own. Ah! Darn it.
Your simple mind does
Put together something.
that, right? The crest goes in the socket.
I have actually seen They Might Be Giants. I saw them way back when for the Apollo 18 tour. It was a fantastic concert. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was a hot and sweaty night at First Avenue. And it was so packed and so hot that they ended up bringing hoses in to kind of hose down the crowd repeatedly because people were there was a real risk of overheating in that, which just sort of really added to the craziness of that event. It was such a good show, though. Man, they were just feeding off the energy of the crowd, and the crowd was so hyped. It was just yeah, probably top 3 concerts of all time. Yeah, cool. I'm not the only one. Dan Teal, nice to see you. Yeah. Mr. Hilly, I am on Caneth. I'm just playing basically a Vanguard Pally. Hi, AC. Probably at some point may, if I ever get that far, kind of go into an Intimitank world. But we'll see. Ah, that's cool, DDO Geekwam. I've considered going to that particular thing, the HasCon, as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. My budget may not permit it. But if there's a hangout or something like that, let me know. I like the way you think, Thimble, but no, Seating Stone Games is not paying for my personal trip to Gen Con. Because it's one of those things, and this really goes back to the DDO cast days. It's like half official business, half hangout, mostly fun for me. So I don't mind mostly going to Gen Con for myself, but then also hanging out with DDO peeps, because that's frankly what I'd be doing anyway, right? Because that's sort of the way I am. That is a pretty good line there.
Anyone need restoration?
Yeah, that's it. That's interesting, though. I have a feeling if I took my 5-year-old to the Hasbro convention, I would be one broke dad. Because, oh my gosh, I'll take that toy, and that toy, and that toy, and that toy.
You're welcome.
He doesn't quite understand economics yet, but he definitely understands want. That would be cool, though. I'm like, if that sounds cool. If I can go, I don't think I can go to the convention, but I could certainly hang out with Jeff and y'all if you're around. I need to go see the Death Note live-action adaptation movie. Maybe. I heard there was a trailer out there. I'm actually not the biggest anime guy. I don't hate it or anything. It's just my tolerance for 18-year-olds fighting demons as robots in high schools. It's pretty low. But I did like some. Like, I've always got into like Ghost in the Shell. I really liked Serial Experiments Lane. I liked Ergo Proxy. Some of the real popular ones. Can't think of the name of it right now. Cowboy Bebop. But I've never seen Death Note. Ah, cool. We have an Elizabeth over on Facebook saying that she is part of the Gen Con Writers Symposium. Will keep an eye out for me. Absolutely, because I am, I'm pretty sure, like I'm pretty sure Les is going to be there, Clankenbeard, Even Note will be there, CDBD the Third is usually there, I'll be there, I don't know if Samus is going this year or not, Tobril is often there. We usually have a nice crowd, so... And I know that I personally will be attending a bunch of the Writers' Symposium stuff, just because I'm interested in that. Someday I may write a book. Yeah, I always really like Cowboy Bebop too. That might be one of my favorites. It wouldn't be like an autobiography book. It would be like, I don't know what it would be. Probably something dumb. Sort of like Mad Max meets Harry Potter. When am I doing a walkthrough of the new quest? I probably will wait till after we go live to do a start-to-finish walkthrough on things. Mostly because there's a bunch of people who, for obvious reasons, don't want to have all this stuff spoiled before they run it. So I'll probably wait till after we go live. But then it'll probably be first up. That first week after we go live, we'll probably run it. Because we have a wide variety of level ranges to do it on. Even if we don't do the legendary version, we can do the...
Remnant.
Snowball. We can just do the heroic version. So that's pretty cool. Where are you seeing that remnant? I'm not seeing it.
Right by the thing here. Right,
okay.
Right here on the right.
There is a sudden stabbing pain as he overpowers your mind.
Right, by Yaosun's feet.
Yeah, I already picked it
You
up.
may have gotten it already.
Yeah, I must have.
That's like the 8th remnant drop in here so far.
Yeah, I know, it's been good. Okay, this is when we maybe die.
Oh, come on. I don't want to hear that kind of pessimism in my group.
The Mind Flayer has brought you to a battleground of his choosing, and you sense a powerful shield surrounding him.
You demand.
A direct assault will likely prove fruitless.
We can do
So
this.
you must find another way.
Welcome to my mind. You are surrounded
I love this fight though, by the way. Yep. How much longer is Lamania going to be open? Not much longer, I don't think. If it's not already closed, it will be today.
psychic energy
Ooh,
stored
foibles.
inside.
Oh!
The mind flayer
Same
shrieks
invisible.
in pain, but you feel a wave of joy as the soul
Yeah, I'm good.
in the pod is freed. The mind flayer's psychic
Get him.
armor buckles under the backlash caused by his own attacks. You see your opening to attack it directly.
Magnificent! Such splendid cunning!
Okay.
Memories for days after breaking your will.
Clever! That actually hurts!
Never you mind though. I can spare some parts.
Oh, Mark. Get behind the
Cool.
guys.
Right, he's up.
Get him.
Enough! I hold sway here! I will not allow you to harm me!
More vulnerable pods appear as Yolthun draws on his psychic reserves. His trap is weakening.
Rah. Yeah, I've just been kind of trying out contacts this week. I actually have had these contacts for like a year, but I just don't usually wear them that much because I guess I just get lazy. But this week I just thought I'd try something different. Come on. Okay. Okay, that should do.
Get him.
Hold me.
Use your Harper clicky, Muck.
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't actually think I have one on this guy yet.
Oh no. Foibles.
As Yolthun is preparing himself.
Alright,
for
get the
massive
barriers.
attack, 3 fragile pods sprout from the floor in front of him.
Alright, cool.
Get him. No holding back. Port on, boys.
Hey, that actually went surprisingly well.
Sputtering gibberish incomprehensible even to the natives of Zoriat.
I take objection with your use of the term surprisingly.
Well, I am in the party after all.
You the man.
Yeah, I saw that comment about you having a greatsword animation issue there, Titan. If you haven't submitted a bug report on it, please do so. I don't know if it's just specific. Hey, nice, someone got a Mind Fury Symbiont. Cool. Yeah, that was some
Okay.
good timing.
T-Door.
Oh, by the way, someone correctly noticed last week on Caneth, when I was selling, I wasn't paying attention to what I was selling, and I sold to the vendor 2 Dimension Door Scrolls. Someone sent me a note afterwards saying, Jerry, do you know you sold 2 Dimension Door Scrolls to a bartender? And I was like, oh, crap. So I gotta be smarter. I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing here. Don't want to do that again. Like, actually, I should clear this, because I am one-handed. Hand and a half now. Do I have Bastard Sword feet yet? I do. Okay. So I might want to hang on to that. I'm gonna have to see if I can actually get it back. Oh well. Nope, I did not catch it in time to buy the scrolls back, I don't think. Alright, so... yeah. Alright, I guess that'll probably wrap it up here. Yep. But yes, any final questions or anything here? But yeah, that was a bummer.
If you wanted to run Sane Asylum, I can do it under 4 minutes.
Oh. Really? 4 minutes? No, I don't want to do it like that. However you're doing it under 4 minutes doesn't sound too legit.
I'm just the fastest puzzler on Caneth.
Oh yeah? Nice. Well, maybe when we do get back, then we'll do that Reaper. Or not Reaper, but Reaver, and you can show them how it's done.
Yeah, it's my own method. It's super fast.
You know, even back in the day, I never used a puzzle solver on Reaver because it's just Mastermind. And Mastermind, once you know how Mastermind works, it's pretty hard to fail by running Mastermind. You just do it, you know? You look at the lights it gives you, and it's either right color wrong spot or right color right spot or nothing. And so you just do it systemically, just going through the numbers, and you almost always can make it before the end. Alright, that's gonna wrap... Yeah, it's true, and you are under pressure if you screw up and forget where you are or whatever, so... But, alright, that's gonna wrap it up. So, thank you very much for watching Friday afternoon here on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. If you give us a follow, a like, a subscribe, what have you, we would really very much appreciate it. Yeah, the issue isn't solving, it's solving while others are watching. You don't want to let the world down. Yeah, so... Alright, so hope you have a long weekend, if you indeed do have a long weekend. If yours is just a regular weekend, hope that one's okay too. I'll see you next Wednesday for our Update 36 live stream right here, noon Eastern. Have a great weekend. Talk to you again soon.